Tell us a little bit about that. Like, you loved it, you enjoyed it, you were actually making some good side hustle money by fixing systems and getting paid by the Department of Defense. But then you also got out after your 8-year commitment. So what was that all about?
So that just boiled down to the tempo. Really is what it was. It was always a case of you can take leave at your next unit. You can go do this special duty assignment that you've been wanting to do for a while at your next unit. This unit, we need you to work. We need you to work. I loved the work. I loved the camaraderie. I loved my unit. I loved my guys. I loved my team. My job was really spectacular in most maintenance in the Air Force. Most of the guys that work on airplanes, they all just work at a more of a job. Right? And different people will be on different shifts and they move around, and you don't really have a whole lot of very small unit cohesion. In weapons, we had to work in teams of 3 or 4 all the time, and they were your team. So you'd usually have like an E5, an E4, and 2 E3s would usually be how it's structured. And you did everything together. You were on the same shift, you worked the same job, you did the same loadout. You were constantly together. You went through the same training together. You went through the same. So I got to build some really awesome relationships and really loved that because then as with me as an E4 and E5, I was able to mentor the younger airmen up into my job, and from a junior enlisted to a junior NCO position, and all of the personal development that goes into that, was really able to do that. And that was really awesome. It was really great. But it was just a case of, it was always at your next. You can do the special assignment at your next. You can do the other thing at your next. I also had a bit of a medical issue that they squared away before I got out. My patella on my left knee liked to fall out while I was running.
Oh, solid.
Yeah, no. So I'd scream like a little girl, fall down, cry. So I ended up getting surgery to correct that. And I gotten divorced and remarried and had another kid, and it was time.
Yeah. Life gets in the way of military service sometimes.
Absolutely.
It's funny. I know a couple of buddies of mine, one who's actually still a colonel in Special Forces, and then a bunch of Special Forces guys who have since retired. And almost every one of them tells some type of story of like, I loved it. I wish I could have stayed in forever, especially the guys that are like at the tip of the spear. They've got the coolest equipment and the best training and the best deployments, but they're like, at some point, year 12, 15, 16, 20, 22, life gets in the way. You've got kids and you've got an ex-wife and you've got an ailing parent or whatnot. And it's just like the operational tempo, like no human can keep that up for long, because eventually life gets in the way. And if it doesn't, you become an alcoholic, and it's a pretty rough exit.
No, yeah. You can see there 2 types that make it all the way through. There are the gung-ho, hoorah, go-getter types that are crisp and clean, and they're going to go up through the ranks, and they're going to do great things, and they get preferential treatment and all of the jazz. And then there are your guys that they show up smelling a little funny. Mm-hmm. And never will make rank, and eventually they won't be able to retire. They'll just get forced out because they can't go up, because they're just borderline. But it's all they have. It's all they do. And I didn't want to play the games that are required for either one of those things, and had the opportunity to get out. And I originally had signed up for a 6-year, and it got extended to an 8-year, but I didn't get the benefits of the extension. So I was like, it's been real. It's been fun, but it ain't been real fun.